Buonasera Noah, qui vi racconto una storia per te. Santa, are you for real? "'Twas the night before Christmas, and out on the street a wee boy was standing, big boots on his feet. He stamped them and kicked them, threw snow at a rock to crowd out the songs of the kids on the block. Hey, 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 he heard them say, Santa's phony all the way. Hey, no way, a flying sleigh. Father watched Noah come in, saw his face was all glum. So he bent down and asked, What's the matter, old chum? No Santa or reindeer will come to our place. The chimney's too skinny. He can't really fly. He's not at the North Pole. It's all a big lie. Father reached for the boy, pulled him tight to his side, and kissed him, and told him, Noah, let's see who has lied. St. Nicholas was a real person. He lived about 300 years after Jesus was born. He loved Jesus very much. One favorite story about him goes like this. Nicholas loved to give gifts, especially to the poor. Only he gave them secretly because he wasn't looking for thanks. Nick knew a kind but poor man with 3 lovely daughters, all who wanted to get married. But in those days, a woman had to have money, a dowry, before a wedding could be announced. When Nick heard about this, he put some money into a bag, and while it was dark, walked to their house. He tossed the money into the oldest daughter's room, and it fell into a stocking hung there to dry. Nick quietly left. The oldest daughter had a marvelous wedding. Later on, another night. But who would help them? They all wondered. One daughter was left. Would someone give her a dowry too? Not too long after that, Nick sneaked up to her house and tossed in a 3rd bag of gold. But this time the father heard him. Nick realized he'd been seen and tried to dash away. But the father ran and caught up to him. The father recognized Nick and smiled. "Oh, please keep my secret," Nick asked, and the father did. For years after that, no one knew who would help the 3 daughters. And because Nick loved Jesus, he kept doing kind things for people. After he died, people called him a saint. And over the years, people remembered St. Nicholas and how he gave gifts. In the Netherlands, they call him Sinterklaas. In England, they call him Father Christmas. In France, he's called Père Noël. In America, he is called Santa Claus. The real St. Nicholas is now in heaven with Jesus. When you see a Santa in a store or a parade, think of St. Nick. Of course, some children know all about Santa and presents and reindeer, but forget all about Jesus. For St. Nick, that would ruin Christmas. Jesus was St. Nick's whole life. St. Nicholas gave gifts because Jesus came on the first Christmas to give himself for us. Noah said, I'm going to do what Nick was about. I'm going to give gifts and not be found out. Noah ran up the stairs, his face full of scheming. A long time went by till he came back all beaming. Stuffed toys and a dump truck, a clown with one leg, all wrapped for Michele and her brother Gregorio. Noah piled them up high by the tree lighted bright, and then he announced, Saint Nick, here tonight. I'll act like Saint Nick, Noah said to his father. It's Jesus he loved. He makes us all glad. His father just laughed and lifted the boy. That's wonderful, Noah, to share us joy. As the family sat around and talked half the night, Noah thought he saw, in the snow and the moonlight, a bright-eyed St. Nicholas with a sack looking in, and wide across his face, a jolly old grin. Buon Natale, Noah. Buon Natale.